Hello, ho ho ho, and Merry Christmas, and all that other fun stuff that we do. First off, I want to wish all the Cinema Picks viewers out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, getting to the movies that we're going to be discussing, we're going to be doing the story of Ebenezer Scrooge. Now, everybody knows that the story of Scrooge, aka A Christmas Carol, was a ghost story written by Charles Dickens for the Christmas season. And the story is about the life of Ebenezer Scrooge and his night of redemption as three ghosts visit him on one Christmas Eve after he's home and he's in his bed, and then his partner Jacob Marley, which technically I guess I would count him as a fourth ghost, tells him that to escape his fate, that Scrooge will be visited by three spirits. So I have at least here four movies, which actually are pretty good. People enjoyed them, and they mostly tell the really good versions of the Christmas Carol story. So let's get right to it. Now, the first one, of course, and my sister's getting this pretty good. Mm-hmm. This is the Alistair Sim version, the 1951 British production Christmas Carol, starring Kathleen Harrison and Alistair Sim as Ebenezer Scrooge. This is probably one of the best versions of the Ebenezer Scrooge, if not the superior version of the Ebenezer Scrooge story. And Alistair Sim makes a very effective Scrooge, and Michael Hordern, another famed British actor at the time, plays the part of Jacob Marley, the ghost of his partner that visits him on Christmas Eve and tells him about the three spirits that are coming in. This has actually been done in two versions. There's this one here, which is black and white, and they did a colorized version, I think in the mid-80s. They colorized this movie for a re-release, and it had Patrick Macnee doing the opening narration for it. And Patrick Macnee actually plays in this one. He plays the young Jacob Marley. And they said at the time, there were at least 8 different movie versions of this story. But of course, the single enduring version would have to be this one here. And I remember my Uncle Gordy, I wanted to get a shout out to Gord Baker, my cousin. His dad used to love this version, said that was his favorite version of the movie that they did on Ebenezer Scrooge. And of course, every year we watch this as an honorary holiday tradition to put on Scrooge. I'll be putting it on Christmas Eve, so definitely be watching this one. Yeah, what I liked about it is the atmosphere of it, and it goes for a good 88 minutes, but at the same time it tells in detail like Scrooge and his backstory as he goes into the Ghost of Christmas Past. And the actor that played the Ghost of Christmas Present, he was really good in this too. He looked as close to the literary version of the character as you can. And the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, they had a really good one there, although you do tend to see his hand. That was the thing I always remember. That was the only inconsistency I had about it, is that you saw the ghost's hand. But it was, nevertheless, it was also very well done. And it gives you an idea of what the 19th century was like. And being a British production, I think that's why it would be the closest. This one here, Scrooge: A Christmas Carol, stars Seymour Hicks. It's from 1935, and it was the first talking version of the story of Scrooge. Because the previous version that they would have done in this would have been an Edison production from 1903. And it was just like a silent film, of course, and about 15 minutes long. This one here is only 60 minutes, but at the same time it tells you, again, a little bit about the story. I loved it. I thought it was enjoyable for an early attempt at it. The problem is that you don't really see the ghost. You don't see Jacob Marley. All you see is a moving chair dancing around and stuff. And while I liked the initial acting and stuff, the acting is superb. But I just thought by not seeing the ghost, it was, I don't know, a bit of a cheat. So you didn't really get to see the ghost in this one. You get to see, and it goes by at a good pace. Like for 60 minutes, what do you expect, right? You don't expect top quality. But for an earlier version, it's good for the family, and it's something, again, like the Alistair Sim one, though, but and in the black and white in the atmosphere part of Britain. But at the same time, yeah, it's just, it could have been a little better. So it leaves you a bit short, but at the same time, it's still one to watch, and I'll probably be watching this one on Christmas Eve as well. Here's one I really liked. Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol. I got this one here. And this is only 27 minutes long. Because you have the O Come All Ye Faithful song, like set to video, like to a video, but then you go into this live action production of A Christmas Carol. What I liked about this one is the narrator of the story was Vincent Price. And it was done like a play. It has a low budget quality to it, but for what it was worth, it was really good and well done, and it kept to the spirit, no pun intended, of the production. And because Christmas Carol always is something that's elaborately done, and this one was definitely one of my personal favorites, solely because of Vincent Price, because I think Price really told the story really good as a narrator, and the guy playing Scrooge also was really good in this as well. And finally, for a little bit of a lighthearted look at it, you have the Muppets. The Muppet Christmas Carol, where you have Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit. You have Fozziwig instead of Fezziwig, as played by Fozzie Bear. And you got Miss Piggy, you got Rizzle the Rat, and Gonzo. They're the ones that tell the story. And Michael Caine, I thought, was the highlight of Scrooge. So even though you're surrounded by Muppets, you still got a really good version of the Scrooge story because you had Michael Caine. And I thought he would have been great if he had actually done a straight adaptation of it, as opposed to just doing the Muppets. But at the same time, I thought Michael Caine was really good, especially during an opening scene when he's first introduced and you get to see him for the first time. He actually looks like the mean miser Ebenezer Scrooge. And you got Statler and Waldorf. They were actually one of my favorite parts of this one because they played Jacob Marley as two people, Marley and Marley. They were like the two brothers. So you got this little song that's going, Marley and Marley, woo! Yeah, so you got that. And the Muppets actually do pretty good in bringing the story to life as well. And like Gonzo, and you get, it's more of a Muppet showcase than anything else. But at the same time, there are a couple good songs. There's a really sad song with Scrooge's sweetheart when she breaks up with him. I can't really remember the song, but the song itself I remember was very sad. And it was, I liked it. My friend Gina and I, we went and seen it at the theater, and I think we spent more times doing battles than anything else, but it was funny. It was funny, but at the same time, it's a movie with a lot of heart, and I definitely recommend it for kids. Now, there were some other versions that I didn't bring, but I did want to mention. They also had the George C. Scott version from 1984, where George C. Scott plays Ebenezer Scrooge. They had Patrick Stewart. There's a version with Patrick Stewart which played on TNT channel where Patrick Stewart played the part. Henry Winkler in a production in 1979 called American Christmas Carol. Another musical version of Scrooge from 1970 with Albert Finney. And then we recently watched one with Kelsey Grammer from who is Frasier. And he played the part of Scrooge. And again, that one was a musical. And we're hoping that one day that they maybe make another version that people also enjoy. But that was a little bit of my take on Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh yes, Ron would probably want me to mention there was one that we did called Mr. Scrooge, and of course the play I did as an adaptation for Ichthus Theater Productions. But that's my look at Scrooge, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you remember to like the video, hit like. Leave a comment at the bottom so that we can read this. And we definitely appreciate all the subscribers that we've got this year. Here's hoping that next year we have some more subscribers so that we can get some more people to listen to us. And bye for now. Merry Christmas, and I'll be seeing you at the movies.